what I want. What do I want? I don't even know every question is a taunt. All I know is that deep inside this heart of mine, there's been pain that's been festering for a long time. How do I put this? It felt like there was a special pit in hell opened up just for me, like I had wings, but all of these hands were reaching up and grabbing me, pulling me into the black, clawing at all of my feathers till nothing was left. Like I was trapped inside of a musical, having no tongue, trapped in a race, having no legs to run. The worst part was not that all of these things were gone, but that you didn't realize that you were the ones that had stolen my wings and my legs and my voice, and you were telling me to learn to walk on mechanical toys. See, every day I would watch all of my classmates while the hands ticked round the clock. Every day was the day past due. I had to write a song. I didn't have a voice like all of you. How do I sing a love song for a Savior whom I happen to love with all of my heart when I have no tongue with which to impart these words of love? How do I bring good news with beautiful feet when I don't have legs that'll carry me down the street? See, I'm not a hater. It's not in my nature. I didn't want to be Vader. Breathing down the necks of those who cause me pain. Choking all of the infidels who would dare to dirty my name. So I turned the shame, the hate, the pain, the blame that came because I couldn't walk or sing. And my tongue and legs were failing me again on me. And so the darkness gathered. Even more hate was slathered. I became even more schizophrenic than Marshall Mathers. Day in and day out. A day I didn't break down in tears and screaming was a victory. Yay for me. While my friends were making names for themselves, etched in lightning, I was fighting. Every demon inside, I didn't have a tongue to confide. I didn't have wings so I could fly or legs so I could go outside. And every time I tried screaming from my throat, because I had no tongue, pain was wrote on the faces of those that I loved. So I choked and I smoked my writhing heart. I tried to play my part. Meanwhile, the swelling in that ark that housed my fragile soul rose and rose till even the greatest of tide tamers would struggle to control the overflow. Couldn't slow. Blow after blow. I didn't even realize that I was in the road, much less the car that was rampaging. Oh my, oh no. I hurt all those who were close. I tried to stem the flow. I didn't even begin to realize that that was the force that bent the bow. I didn't realize, but out of the fear that my deluge would be rebaptized, those close to me were crying their eyes in a room separate from the raging fire consuming my soul. He screamed at me for losing control. Darkness swallowed me. Memories of how God's people had wronged me, stolen my voice, my legs, my wings, how I'd felt wrong all these years for being broken. But then a voice cried from the darkness, from the muzzle of a mule. Your map is not completely markless. Let's go back to the beginning, to the heart of this, all the way back to Genesis. What did God say when you came to exist? Good. And not just that, I was very good. And this is what I have understood. Creation was all right and we came to the hood, and then it was dope. And all I could think was what every shrink had been trying to get past my head through this kitchen sink that trapped all the lies and shredded the fruit, all the love that had been shown as proof. See, creations of the Creator God divine, we count ourselves worthless while we look with wondering eyes at a cursed and barren world, and count that which has no soul to be wonderful. What hypocrisy, what brazen treason. We call mountains that are not living or not breathing, though they crown themselves with clouds, with mist for their wreathing. Wonderful. But while mountains may crown creation, we are the mountain's crown. So let the lies of Satan be thrown down. The soul has worth, a beauty ineffable. And if we are not wonderful, how can we call Yahweh incredible? All along, convinced I was worthless, I've been looking at myself. If my eyes let in the light and my gaze is on my sin, how deep is the dark that lies within my soul. But if I know I'm whole, a beautifully crafted creation, a prodigal no more, my gaze can drift above and I'm blinded by the light. It melts away my frozen heart, lays bare within the lies that tied and bound my soul. And I'll shout it from the rooftops, what I've found. Where your eyes are looking, your feet are bound. I've found them, my long-lost wings. I've learned to soar, my tongue at last returned to me. I'll have you see, I run the race, yes, constantly. Not because I have to, but because it's thrilling me. All those things you took from me have grown back stronger. No longer of flesh and bone. Grace knits them together. They are spirit woven. God used you, my friends. You are forgiven. So let me share with you my passion and my vision. But this sight, how do I sing it to you? To those I left, the lay of grace so deeply written, etched in scars and tears which grace this heart. Wounds so deep as to make you shrink. If you're teetering on the brink, come drink, it's worth it. One taste, one bite, one look will change your life. I won't tell you, won't even dare to say God hates sin, so stop your wicked ways. Whoever changed their life because someone hated it. We despise it ourselves, but we can't stop living it. One more name out of the list of those who hate us maledicts. Doesn't stay our hand. No matter how many demands you throw at us, even saying they are for our good, we won't be able to change. Nothing short of a complete and drastic alteration of what we believe, of what we see and witness through the eyes of body and soul will be sufficient. If the lamp of the body is the eyes, how shall we hope in heaven when hate is all that graces our sight? But I'm told, I believe what I read in his word. When we see him, we will be like him, for we shall see him as he is. This one thought, this idea, it's changing my life. Call it divine inception. Sanctification relies on sight. If for 1 second, let alone 1 day, we could tear ourselves from Medusa's gaze, the spell would break. Gone our heart of stone, it's been replaced. As promised long ago in ancient days, by flesh and blood that lives and feels and is not numb to death so real. So now I read and now I see him, commands and condemnations all. He's the terror in my heart. His words, they wound and scar, but I know him. And because of that, his wounds are worth it. And that's what makes the difference. I keep bleeding. Joy is all that's in my tears. I keep bleeding. He's assuaging all my fears. I'm breaking at the seams, yet I have never been so whole. Chrysalis. That is what it means to be a Christian. As our bodies break, our wings unfold. His blessing has never been with the whole. We are broken, but not because we are wrong, but because we fail to fit the mold of this twisted world. Longing for more, we try to fit the desires of our souls through a broken keyhole. And if they won't shrink, of course we break. Don't tell me you can solve all that by knowing hate. Death he brings, and life he gives. The broken are the only ones who wish it.